I'm Joseph Napier, Sr. of Napier Vision Productions. I'm sitting in what I would call a sanctuary from what ails us and what goes on around us all the time. A place, a reflection of joy, I would call it, with Cookie. Cookie, tell me, what was your motivation in starting what you've done here?
Well, first of all, I was always interested in making my home in my personal backyard beautiful to the best of my ability. But over time, when the neighborhood decline came, the properties behind my home, my backyard, ended up in severe blight. And as a result, I intended to do something about it. I approached that from a place of extreme necessity because I was actually critically ill, as a matter of fact, terminally diagnosed, and adjacent yards was encroaching on my well-being and livelihood, including dumping dead animals back there. It was even difficult to sit on the porch. Now, while I was underneath care, under care source with a nurse and everything else in direction of my life, to get me to transition into a nursing home and ultimately into hospice, sat on my back porch one day and the nurse was asking me and telling me I need to make my peace and get my affairs in order because I was going to a nursing home. And I told him I have a home and I was a nurse for over 30 years. That's as close as it gets. So she said, "What you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to clean that hot mess up back there." She didn't believe me, but that was in 2016. And as a result, I came back here with whatever was left of my life and said, even if I was going to die, I was going to spend it living. And little by little, I started cleaning up that hot mess, or even going around the corner, and then ultimately putting a gate in my fence so I wouldn't have to go all the way around the corner. With a weed whacker, lawnmower, trash bag, and a sawzall, I started clearing out that hot mess. And then as a result, it evolved into this, of course, not overnight, but with the help of various agencies, I was able to acquire loans. I became, not loans, grants. I was an unincorporated nonprofit. Now I'm a state represented nonprofit, but I do operate up underneath the fiscal sponsorship of Economic Action Group because being a 501c3 is a monumental task for a single person like me who is managing this all by myself.
Well, Cookie, this is beautiful. I grew up going to nature parks, if you will. I've been an outdoorsman myself, enjoying growing up in the city of Youngstown, Ohio with Mill Creek Park and other parks around our community, but it's pretty palatial when you go down there and you see this. But this right here was woman-made, so to speak. This is something you've done with your own hands. This is nothing here. I can see that nature just, if you will, automatically produced their own. You took tremendous strides in effort in doing what you've done here. How many years have you been doing it now, you say total?
For this section of what I've accomplished with the Happy Place Sanctuary, because that's its official name, I have been actively and diligently and really strenuously working on this particular part of my community efforts for 10 years.
Wow. Cookie, could you take me on a tour of your beautiful joy here? I call it, as you call it as well. I'm looking at it as joy as well. Could you take me on a tour and show me what you got, what you've done?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Well, like I was explaining earlier, this sanctuary is an extension of my backyard that I call Happy Land. So, and then there's themes because I'm sort of metaphysical woo-woo. So this represents a male element because this is a propane fire pit. And as you can see, it leads to the female element of water, which is an open vessel, and ultimately the fountain of life is flowing out of her. Over there is my Kundalini path, and the big 5 circles represents the 5 hearing, seeing, tasting, touching, and smelling. But then when you get there to where the fountain is over there, that's where the crown chakra is, and the evolution of the crown chakra opening represented by that water there, but at nighttime it looks like flame.
This area to the left of us right here, this curved, beautiful stone walkway, is it? Would you call it that?
Yes, yes.
What did you refer that to as?
The Kundalini path, or the 7 chakras, or the 7 congregation, the 5 foolish virgins that end up becoming enlightened. there is spiritual symbolism behind everything you may find here, and you can apply it to whatever wisdom that is befitting.
Okay, take me to the fountain there. We want to see this fountain. What would you call this fountain? The fountains. What do they represent? The individual fountains I'm seeing here.
Well, this is my fort that I built with some paver blocks, and at nighttime it's lit up, and you see my Kermit Buddha over there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So, but the thing of it is that water, you know, one of the primordial elements of life.
Right. Yes.
All the fountains represent the origins of life. When sound hits it,
yes.
and that's why sound of water is so energizing and
Yes, it
so
is.
relaxing, because it is the basic element of creation, second to sound.
Let's move towards the second fountain here, and its significance as well. As we approach and walk towards it, tell me what's the significance of this fountain. You said,
Well,
are they all tied in or totally different?
Well, they're all tied into the overall concept of the sanctuary's energy. But like I said, this smaller one here, at nighttime, it looks like fire.
Wow, it's
So-
lit up. It's lit up.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and like I said, when you follow this, this is where the crown chakra is lit up, and then you get the thousands of lotuses. You don't have the lotuses, but I have the violet petunias over there.
Okay, good.
And the colors also represent, you know, these particular elements.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and as you can see, we come into the openness of the female element. So she receives the fire, and she's the water, and she's producing the children of calming sound. That's all I can say about that.
Wow. How does that work? Is that water recycled, or
Yes.
is it direct fed?
It's a basin up underneath it here that's about as big as that curbing on the inside, and it's about 24 inches deep. So I just fill it up when I can tell when it's getting low, and when I'm cleaning it, and I just refill the basin up. And I can tell when the basin is full, the water starts collecting around on those walls.
Right. Okay. Take me where you want to take me now, Cookie.
So this used to be a house. It was a burnout, but it was a stucco house, and it was structurally sound, and it had prostitution and drug activity in here that also made me unsafe. And then it was attracting children in there.
Let's go closer. Let's take a good look at it, Cookie.
Had the house torn down with the help of the fire chief back in 2015 or so. And as a result, the house has evolved into this meditation garden. And what can I say is that I didn't have rhyme or reason as far as what I was planting in there. Elliot's Garden Center donated some of these perennials and gave me good deals on the mulch and the stuff that I did buy. But I just went there and asked the plants, do you want to come home? Or they would offer it, and that's how the plants came. No rhyme or reason, but it works. We embrace everything that's willing to be here peacefully. And O.T. Bates and Sons owner, Eric Bates, the son, he donated me that beautiful bench over there.
Beautiful.
His wife and friends come here and visit from time to time. So I have made some wonderful connections as a result of this, and support from some of the most unlikely sources. And the fence.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go over there. You want to go over there?
Yes.
All right. Well, who painted the murals on there? I just gotta ask.
Oh, yes, you do. This was another dream of mine, and all of the things on there are symbolic. I even had a cardinal. That's actually a photograph that I took of a cardinal that I was befriended with for about 2 years. And unfortunately, he's gone out of my life, and there he is down there leaving. But I had the fence, and I wanted a mural on it. And I didn't get any grant money to do it, but Penny Wells from the Mahoning Valley Sojourn to the Past.
I know her well.
Yes, and Penny was one of my oldest son's teachers at Princeton Junior High School.
Yes.
And she came to visit one day, and she said, well, what's next? And I said, well, I wanted to do a mural, but I didn't have the grant money. And she said, well, Darla, we can help you out with that. And I told her I had spoke with Dragana Cerniak from YSU,
Yes.
our professor, and collaborated with her, and Penny's organization gave me the money, and then drew up a sketch. Most of this is what my idea was, and they incorporated into a program, and we sketched it in the middle of the night, and for the most part the students drew all the really technical stuff, but I painted it too. And
it's gorgeous.
it was completed at the end of May. And as a result, it got attention, and that's one of the stories that made the local news, especially when my dedication day was the same day they dedicated the one downtown. I didn't know. And as a result, I ended up in that video at the end of it. And then Stan Boney came back and did a story a week later. But that night, WFMJ came as well.
Wow.
So that cat over there, that's actually a cat that thinks I'm its owner. His name is Zen. And then I have a squirrel. She's down there too. Her name is Ricky. And then, of course, the bees and the lotus flowers and the dahlias and things like that. These are things that are very dear to me, and the colors, of course, also incorporate with the chakra alignment.
Beautiful, beautiful. One of my favorite symbols is butterfly. I love the butterfly. If I was going to get a tattoo, I would have had a butterfly put on me somewhere, but I don't have any tattoos. I always tell people they don't believe that I used to be in the Army and all that, and I don't have tattoos. And but nevertheless, gorgeous, beautiful.
The butterflies and the lotus flowers, they literally symbolize transition and overcoming, because, you know, a lotus flower can only grow in the deepest, darkest, muckiest water. And then, of course, the butterfly, you know, comes from the death of the caterpillar and transitions into a whole new creature altogether. So the butterflies and the lotus flowers literally is telling the story about how this land literally transformed from a death blighted state into what we call a life-giving joy now.
What are some of the other benches there represent, Cookie?
Well, on the benches, if you read them, it says, "Let the beauty we love be what we do."
Can we walk over there?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's walk over there.
So I had that inscribed on both of these benches, and also on the monument on the corner that I got from O.T. Bates and Son says the same thing. And then, of course, my sign, my wording on my fence is that theme too.
Oh, I see it. I see it right there, Cookie.
Like you were saying that when you quoted Gandhi about be the change you wish to see in the world, well, this is my concept and interpretation of that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting the words. Excuse me, audience, for the shadow. The sun is high and it's coming down in the sky now. So let the beauty we love be what we do. So they're saying, let the beauty we love be what we do. So in what you do, you have to illustrate love and beauty rather, and when you're illustrating it, it's something that's brought into life. You think of it, but then you bring it to action, and it's something you do, and it's illustrated by what your efforts, if you will. I understand that. So let's walk down the sidewalk here, Cookie.
And this beautiful driveway, I had a grant from the Western Reserve Health Foundation for $10,000, but of course what I ended up getting was going to cost a whole bunch more. And the beautiful, beautiful Melanie Raymond from Concrete Queen, she donated this pad that we're sitting on because I have members of assisted living come with some friends that I have in the medical community, and they come here, and you know, walking on the pea gravel paths is kind of difficult for some of them with the wheelchairs and whatnot. So we just roll them here, and we have tea o'clock, coffee o'clock, wine and cheese o'clock, or whatever. And this is their pad that was donated by Melanie, and she did all of this for the grant. So
okay, wow.
Yeah.
This whole entire pad I'm looking at.
This whole, all the way to the apron in the street, she did for the $10,000 grant, and this driveway was
beautiful. Just
by itself was more than $10,000.
I believe it. I know concrete's very, very expensive.
But she donated this. She donated the sidewalk and the approach, so that when those members that come to visit, they can roll up in the car, and we can put them right here.
Right here.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's go around the perimeter there. You could tell me what some of the under benches and flags or banners mean over there against the trees. What do those symbolize? Well,
that's the shade lines, because this middle section was 50 feet wide of overgrowth and dead animals, two fences. Two fences, I literally tore up bolt cutters trying to cut them out. And some of those trees which are still standing, they still have the wounds in it from where because there was none of these trees when I moved here 45 years ago. And these ones all sprung up, and they grew right into the fence wires. Like those stumps over there that I had cut out, those are literally in that fence mesh.
Beautiful.
So this is what I was able to save from the trees. I still got to get one cut down because he died, but I need grant money for that. And I had one that fell over here last year, but I did have a little bit of grant money left over that took care of that, but it fell all the way over to this end. So the tree line represents resilience because the fence wire is still in those trees. And then that little bench there is just a little shade haven at the end of the day. That, you know, I can sit there, or whoever's here can sit there.
Okay, I'm panning from right to left here. I'm looking at one of those colorful banners on the iron there, or the metal there.
Yes, and it just says, hello sunshine. I usually have a flag to represent each season from autumn, winter, spring, and now we're summer.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
And so, because YSU students, I collaborated with the art department. We have to give them their propers, and of course,
YSU art department did
Sojourn
this.
to the Past. Yes,
Wow.
and I personally painted Pennywell's butterfly because it was personal.
Okay, yeah, she was my teacher in junior high school as well. I know her well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful soul.
Okay, yes, she is. I've done some running around with her on some of her projects. Go way back. I lived on Glenwood at the time, and they lived down in Bonnie, down in the park a little ways back in the day. She was always into walking about. Okay, but very beautiful. Have you ever had the square footage or the acreage or whatever mapped out? How big is this property line?
Well, each one of these lots, there's 3 of them here, are 207 feet by 50 feet wide. So all of this, plus with that, totals up to about an acre of property.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you count the devil strips all the way around the corner.
I could tell.
And also from here all the way into the street, there was no sidewalks or anything. The overgrowth was about from here all the way into the streets. So that was my first challenge, just cleaning out this section, and then this 50-foot section, and the section that was coming across my fence over there. I do have some insane before and after pictures.
All right. Now, in closing, Cookie rather, I'm sorry, Candy Cookie. Cookie, tell me about...
let's go over this way towards the...
Yeah, let's go towards the side.
So you're going to miss the sign in the front.
Yeah, on the way in, I took a picture of that,
did?
of steel.
That's good.
A nice steel, because I wanted to get the wordage, make sure people will be able to see the wordage and what it's saying, respect the rules.
Yes, because the thing of it is, I've had some people come in here trying to disrespect my rules, disrespect me, and
I can believe that.
Yes, and you know, this is private property. I'm willing to share.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Like I tell people, it's like I don't come in your yard and do what I want to do, and even if I did, it wouldn't be disrespectful.
Right, right.
And I certainly wouldn't come unless I was welcome.
Okay, in the video clip, I'm going to show the front side of the sign as we're looking at it from the reverse side. I'm going to have that posted in the video, Cookie. Now take me down this fence line. This fence line reminds me of the Port Authority.
Well, one of the reasons why I have 3 rails instead of 2 is because the Port Authority and the Land Bank, when they put those in, and this is the fence that I was able to afford at the time, I really had desire to have a different fence, and ultimately if I'm not able to get a different fence, I'm going to have this fence painted black, because black will make it kind of go invisible, and so therefore this will always also set it off from what we would automatically assume the Port Authority, because a lot of people think this is the Land Bank property because of this fence, but this is a 3-rail split rail. Not
Where theirs are 2?
There's her 2.
There you go. That's it. I wanted you to say that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but this was a more economical option for me at the time. But it requires maintenance, and they're not cemented in. So I would like to have a beautiful ornate fence, something sort of kind of like when you're going into the flower garden, that black wrought iron stuff.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I like
wouldn't that
Fellows
be
Riverside
something?
Garden.
Yes.
It's one of my hangouts.
Yes. Well, that's some of the inspirations for what I'm doing here too. I've always loved Mill Creek Park, and some of my saddest moments before I got this, that's where I would be spending and hanging out, trying to rejuvenate.
I knew we had that in common, Cookie.
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm a Mill Creek fan. I used to do everything in the park.
Well, do you know
I grew
I
up on
used to-
Glenwood Avenue, so I could go in the park easily.
used to be the Sunday morning librarian when they first opened up the D.D. Davis Center. Down there, yes, back in the early 2000s.
Wow.
And I was also their Sunday afternoon library Annie.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm afraid time is short. You know, Cookie, I've really enjoyed the walk around your acre here, if you will, showing me there's the birds coming in. You know, birds like flowers and all that. Butterflies love it. This is a natural botanical garden kind of setup, but it's yours. It's your joy, right?
It's my joy.
And how much longer you want to keep do what you're doing?
Well, if it's left up to me, I'll be doing this forever.
There you go.
But all I can say is I'm going to do it for as long as I'm able to do it, because I don't assume anything. I just do the best I can with what I have right here, right now.
Let's walk to the end there. I want to see that last sign there. Get a picture of that last sign. Well, I thank you for what you do in the community. This is not what they call an eyesore at all. It's the complete opposite. But you do good stuff, Cookie. So here's one of the lovely botanicals. What would you call it?
Well, this is the zinnias and the hibiscus.
Uh-huh.
And the zinnia seeds was donated to me. I just planted them last month, and they're coming along just lovely. And these hibiscus, I relocated them. I bought these about 5 years ago, but they really like being here.
What kind of tree is that, Cookie?
Just right here?
Yeah, that burgundy tree over
Oh,
there.
that's a plum tree.
Okay.
A dwarf plum tree. She needs a haircut, but I didn't get to her this year. I'm not climbing no ladders.
Right on. That's good. Yeah.
And that's a magnolia, and that's another dwarf plum tree over there. But this is that red dwarf plum tree.
Okay, when I think of magnolias, I think of South Carolina and areas like that. But they grow up north too, huh?
Yes, and she'll get big. That's why I keep her short like that, because I don't want her taking over.
Yeah, she'll take off on it.
That one's name is Layla. This one's name is, no, that's Deb. This is Layla, and that's Ducky.
All right, you go. All right. Okay, I see that sign down there has butterflies on it.
Yeah.
That's the entry gate we're looking at, right?
I love the butterflies.
Yeah, it's called the Happy Place
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, if you need to sanitize your mind, come to the sanctuary.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what that means. Well, definitely. I want to walk all the way up to the sign here, because I want to get a picture of that sign and what you're illustrate here at this sign. There again, respecting the rules. I'm going to videotape this one here. As you can see, the Happy Place Sanitarium was created on private property. Remember that. If you come by, I say stay on the sidewalk and keep it moving. This is personal residential property, okay? Now, with me saying, bidding you a fond adieu, or Vita Zane saying goodbye to you, Cookie, I do thank you for your time in taking us on this walk around this beautiful, peaceful sanctuary here, located on the south side of Youngstown, Ohio, right alongside, if you've ever rolled down Fernley and looked over your shoulders and, oh my God, what is that? Well, it's a sanctuary in the middle of chaos sometimes, but a beautiful example of what an individual can do when they put the action behind words. And often people, was talking to Cookie earlier, that action is required to get things done. You can always talk about doing things, but if you don't do any things, there's no action there. Without action, nothing ever happens. All right, Cookie, thank you so much for consenting to this interview, if you will.
And a lot of people know me as Darla Ballinger.
There you go. There's Cookie right there. I also know as what she told you. And it says here, I want to go on that, quoting the saying I saw on your lovely fence line over there with the butterflies and flowers. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There again, it was on the bench as well, as you remember, but I just wanted you to see that in parting. All right, Cookie, take care. Thank you very much.